Welcome to our Meet the Coach series to celebrate Executive Coach Day. Welcome, Oge. Lovely to see you.
Thank you, Jenny.
How are you doing?
I am very well, thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant. So I'm going to get in with the first question. Who do you love to coach?
I love to coach leaders. I think it's an absolute privilege to coach people that have that much influence. So it's almost like you're coaching lots of people at the same time through influencing one person.
Oh, that's a great way of looking at it, actually. Yes, whatever you share percolates through the whole team.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm thinking about that. Can you tell me about one impactful coaching relationship that you've had that's delivered a particular outcome that has pleased you?
Well, the one I can think of, I mean, there have been several, but this one is one that every time I think about it, it brings a smile to my lips because it was an outcome that wasn't expected. It was a young lady I coached some years ago, and she had come with a work situation that she wanted coaching. But during the coaching, just as you know, that coaching, usually we coach in one area, but other things come in. And I often ask the question, what would you do if you weren't afraid? And it transpired that she didn't like to drive over an hour. So she had to limit her life so that everywhere that she drove to had to be under an hour. So we talked about that and coached and did some sessions on that particular aspect. Well, some months later on, she attended, because she also had a fear of flying. She went to a simulation course. And a few months later, she wrote to me, and it was a lovely email. And she said, "You can't believe what I'm doing. I've gone with my husband to America. We're doing a fly drive." That's flying that many hours, 3 weeks of driving through America. And she said, "I would never have thought I'd have done anything like this. This was one of my dreams. But if I hadn't had coaching with you, I would never have dreamt of doing this." It was lovely to see that this was not what she'd expected, but she got such a great outcome from it.
Amazing. What a breakthrough, really. Something that was limiting and constraining. Now she was free and making the most of her life. So wonderful, wonderful outcome there.
Yeah.
And how important do you think diversity in coaching is? Actually having diverse group of coaches available to people?
I think it's very important. Most all of the research I've seen about companies that do well are companies that are diverse, because diversity brings with it such an increase in productivity, effectiveness. You just get better results when there is a diverse pool. And coaching is no different. I think that people have to have the option of diverse, and diversity could be gender, it could be race, ethnicity, even neurodiversity. And so just having that large pool of different coaches who bring lived experience to their coaching means that people who want to be coached have such a diverse pool to pick from. So I think it's really important to get all those benefits of having a diverse network of people that coach, so that people get the best of coaching, really, rather than just one kind of coaching or one kind of person coaching. Because whether we like it or not, we bring ourselves to our coaching conversation. So my coaching is going to be different from yours. It's going to be different from everybody's. Even if we have the same training and we use the same techniques, it's still going to be different.
Absolutely. Yes. And that's the fantastic thing about it, isn't it? The uniqueness.
Yeah.
So my final question for you, which leadership book would you recommend? And yeah, that's great that you love coaching leaders. So you've probably got lots, but can you think of one particular book that you'd recommend?
Yes, one particular one that I read, it's been some years ago that I read it, but it still has an impact on me even today, is Good to Great by Jim Collins. And I love that book because when he talks about level 5 leadership, it really opened my eyes to what leadership could be. And it's so different from what you would think would make great leaders. So I think it's a book that just opens up your mind, opens up the possibilities, and changes our perspective of what leaders should look like or could look like. So yes, that's one that I recommend to lots of my coachees.
Thank you so much, Oge. Great book, a great recommendation, an absolute classic. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny.